Once your crop is harvested, it's time to fill in the actual nitrogen applied amounts and yield per acre for your crops. Remember, when you calculate these numbers, take the total amount of yield or nitrogen applied and divide it by the total acres in the field or management unit, so you can obtain the per acre values. Okay, let's get started. On the left-hand side of the worksheet, you will find the section labeled Post-Production Actuals. In box 11, enter the actual yield you harvested, listed as units per acre. For example, almonds would be in pounds per acre. Tomatoes and grapes would be reported in tons per acre. This should be an average of the pounds or tons per acre over the entire field or management unit. In box 12, enter the total nitrogen applied in pounds per acre. This should be equal to the number indicated in box 27, column 16. More on that total in a minute. Box 13 is where you record the pounds of nitrogen per acre that is removed by the crop itself. For now, you can fill in this box with the sum of applied nitrogen per acre divided by yield per acre, or A over Y. Instructions for doing this calculation are covered in the Nitrogen Summary Report sent to you by the Coalition. The Nitrogen Summary Report is sent to the members at the end of each growing season. Box 14 is where you record notes about your crop growing season. Describe here any circumstances you experienced during the crop season that impacted your recommended nitrogen applications, as shown in box 9. Examples would be a smaller crop than expected due to pest damage, or nitrogen application amounts had to be modified because of changing weather conditions or a change in expected yield, which could also be a better than expected crop set. If the circumstances for the year are complicated, as they often are, don't hesitate to attach a separate sheet with the explanation. These notes will help you recall those conditions should your records ever be inspected. Now let's move to the right-hand side of the worksheet to column 16 labeled Actual N. Box 18, put the sum of all dry and liquid nitrogen applications in pounds per acre. Same for box 19 and foliar nitrogen. For box 21, column 16, available N in manure and compost, estimate the nitrogen content. Your manure or compost supplier can give you an approximate amount of nitrogen per ton of material. Box 24 is a little harder to estimate without a soil test, that is, the N carryover in soil. For most crops, the best time to take a soil test is in the spring, after the rainy season is finished. Again, this is an estimated number. Box 25, N in irrigation water, is another number that requires a water analysis for an accurate result. The lab that performs the water test can assist you in calculating the pounds of nitrate equivalent in your irrigation water. For the result, you will need to estimate the amount of irrigation water you apply during the growing season. That can range from 3 to 4 acre-feet, depending on the crop. This number is difficult to estimate precisely, so again, estimate the amount of water applied and multiply it by the nitrate content of the water. There is also a calculator on the East San Joaquin Coalition website where you logged on to this video. Box 27, column 16, is where you record the total of all nitrogen that is applied and available for the crop during the growing season. This number is also transferred to the left-hand side of the worksheet, box 12, or total N applied.